Hello, we're going to learn how to write a line follower code in this tutorial. So over here I have my camera set up. We are on the Cargo Connect mat. My robot is connected. So I'm going to click over here. We know that B and F are our color sensors. I'm going to click on this little arrow and choose to see reflected light intensity. And same over here. Um, so uh, you know that this right hand side is the F color sensor. This is the F color sensor here. So what we're gonna do is I want to show you what are the values when you put it on the field. So you can see that F is reading 19 and 20. So it's looking right at the black line right now. If we put it on white, this is the white area over here, you can see it shows 99. So now we know that black is 20 and white is 99. Okay, let me show using the B color sensor as well, so you know that it's not just for one color sensor. So it's looking right at the black line, and you can see B is about 17, and then when you put it on white, B is 99. Okay, so to do a line follower, um, what we are really looking for is that boundary between black and white. So if you move your color sensor a little bit to the right or left, you will see that the value of F kind of toggles between 20 if it were on black, and then all the way on white it would be 99. So in a line follower, we are ideally trying to be in the middle of it, so we can like monitor and follow this little difference. So first, our job before we start writing a line follower is to find out what's the target value. What's that value between black and white that we want our color sensor to kind of look for when doing a line follower. So it seems like after a, so you can try this out on your robot, but it is between 50 to 70. In my case, for the lighting that I have today, it is about 60 to 70 over here. Okay, so I'm going to try out a couple of different conditions and on different lines to see what the value kind of comes up to be. And I'm going to say that in my case here, I'm going to use the target value of 70. This value will change depending on what kind of light you have at the competition, at the table, whether you have a bright sunny window, and all this kind of is dependent on that. So you might have to tune your target value a little bit when you go to the competition. So here I have another Scrap simulation that kind of shows you what are the values of reflected light intensity on black and white. Now I have set it up so that, like, in the middle, as we saw in our real observation, that it is 70, and then when you go right, they kind of start decreasing till they become 20, and then it resets, and then on your right hand side it becomes all the way 100, and then if you go more it kind of resets. So feel free to play around with this simulation, and this kind of just shows what the reflected light intensity is for this right hand side of right hand side color sensor as it tries to navigate this side of the line. Um, we want to go back to our code and see our video feed. Now this might come as a surprise to many students, but there isn't a line follower that follows all possible lines. There just isn't one, because it's a math function that kind of determines how much your robot needs to correct if it is not seeing the target value. So do you see, writing a line follower for a really straight line is relatively simple. But to write a line follower for curves is tricky. To write a line follower for bends is tricky. And so every kind of bend will require a different kind of gain um, from your line follower. So please understand that one line follower, if it works really well on a straight line, it's not going to work the same way on a curved line, because that same correction isn't enough to go back to that line, because this line kind of turns around a whole lot. The other thing to consider is that some lines, so it's easy to write a line follower for something that always keeps turning to the right. But then what happens when it turns to the left? Then your color sense, then your robot might lose weight because it has been overcorrected to follow the right edge. So there are a whole lot of factors that make your line follower work well in a certain situation.